Welcome back, friendlies. Axel here with my review for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Ragebound is a new, yes, I said new, 2D Ninja Gaiden game from the guys who made the Blasphemous game from a few years ago. The game starts off with the Hayabusa village being attacked by demons from another dimension. The demon lord wants to find a way to keep these portals open so he can essentially rule the world. Now in this game there are two characters that you play as, and no, it's not Ryu Hayabusa. He literally heads to America right before the demons attack. So instead you get to play as one of Ryu's students named Kenji. During Kenji's travels he runs into another ninja named Komori, who is a ninja from a rival village. Due to unforeseen circumstances, these two are forced to fuse together to try to take down the demon empire. Kenji uses melee attacks with a katana. Komori specializes in throwing knives. So once they fuse together, you have the capabilities to do range and up-close attacks. Which leads me to gameplay. This game is fast and fun. It throws all sorts of enemies at you, from ground enemies to flying and everything in between. The game also has this mechanic where some of the enemies will have a blue or pinkish aura around them. The blue enemies must be hit with melee attacks and pink with a ranged attack. When you do this successfully, your character gains this one-time powerful attack called Hypercharge. The hypercharge attacks you use on like bigger enemies and it'll kill them with one hit. These characters that give you hypercharge are usually placed around a stronger enemy, so sometimes it felt more like a puzzle game or a rhythm game once you kind of get the swing of things. On top of the hypercharge attacks, you also unlock secret art moves that are essentially one-time specials you can do during the mission. These attacks can do more damage to one enemy or multiple, depending on what you pick. I actually ended up using the healing fountain art mostly. It came in handy during boss fights when I needed to regain some health. While you're in the shop, you can also get talismans, which are essentially buffs to either make the game easier for you or harder for you. These range from being able to regain health when you're on a kill streak to doing more damage when you're about to die. If you want more of a challenge, you can equip some that do things like make enemies do triple damage or make it to where checkpoints don't heal you. Equipping the harder ones will increase your rank. Ranks are just your level score that you get at the end of each mission, so if you want to make it harder for yourself, I guess it would give you a higher rank. I mostly had A's and B's, but if you're one of those perfectionists, you can work to get the S ranks. The levels are broken down into missions, which you can replay to your heart's content. There's also special ops missions, which are just side missions you can do to unlock extra arts and more talismans. In between missions, you can talk to the shopkeeper to buy and equip things before you start a mission. To buy things, you have to collect these golden scarabs in the levels. I experimented with different loadouts, but after a while I stuck with the healing art and then this weapon that would shield you from one hit. It seemed to work well for me. As for the missions themselves, I feel this game had a fun and diverse selection of levels. You go from the village to the desert to a pirate cave to an underground lab, and yes, even the demon world itself. The levels were fun and sometimes challenging to get through. They would range from jumping from train cars, hanging on to helicopters, driving a jet ski, and even jumping onto moving vehicles. The levels were fun, and my favorite thing about the missions. At the end of the missions, you would end up fighting some kind of boss character. Now this is where I felt the rage. Bound. I didn't die too much going through the levels themselves, but some of the bosses would kick my ass. Like most bosses, they have their different sets of attacks and phases. They also have the pink and blue auras during the fight that if you could get them, you could use a hypercharge attack that would stun them for a second and let you do extra damage. During the boss fights is when I felt myself leaning forward in my chair and really locking in. Although I felt some rage and did a lot of cussing, I always felt super satisfied after I defeated their asses. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Ravashi. All in all, I really enjoyed Ragebound. This game is definitely one of the best games to come out this year. If I had any complaints, it would be that I beat it. But after you finish it, there's plenty of reasons to go back and replay levels. The game came out just before Ninja Gaiden 4 is, which I feel was a way to hold fans over until then, but honestly, I feel like this game will definitely be in people's Game of the Year conversations. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, hell, even that dislike button. I'll catch you guys next time.